Hi everyone, welcome to my channel for some Guardium Collectors Administration considerations based on my experience as professional services with IBM and my recent practical experience at AIM, where I manage by myself about 50 collectors without this taking more than 10 to 20% of my time. And in this video, I'm going to present to you a setup for Guardium Administration I successfully used. This is not a recommendation out of theory, but an expose of actual experience and a successful one. So let's start. So first, why do you need a setup for Guardium Administration on top of Guardium itself? So it's because Guardium is a client-server architecture-based product. Okay. However, Guardium provides only the web interface as client. So when you use the web browser, right? A browser is a true application, right? And a true client. It's got different features. It's a lot of stuff. Okay. You don't have the equivalent with Guardium when it comes to non-web-based interface like GRD API and CLI. And actually you need to develop this client, okay? Because first of all, you need a place from where you're gonna execute those GRD API. And this place cannot be your laptop. Okay, so why it cannot be your laptop? Because if it was your laptop, it would be set up that way. So here you've got different laptops. Here is your laptop, and here you've got a script. Okay, so the script, because if you don't want to have a script, then it means that you're going to type in the command all the time. So this, don't even think about that, right? So if you want to really administer this stuff, you should have the command you need to execute ready to go and in a script, and you just execute the script. You don't spend time typing hundreds of characters. You just execute a script. Okay, so where do you put this script or those scripts? You cannot put, only place it will be your laptop, but it's no good, right? Because how you are in a team, right? Not only you are in a team, but you are in a company, right? If the script and potentially logs generated by those scripts reside only on your laptop, only you basically can access it, anywhere can access it easily. So the question is, how do you share your script, right, with other guys? Or do you assume that everyone writes its script, right? Which is also not necessarily, you can write personal script, but in a team you should have something common, right? So, because when you look at the log of two different scripts, the person who doesn't know the script you are running is not familiar with the log, right? Whereas if everybody has the same log and the same script, you've got the same log, and now it's much faster and much more efficient. So, how do you make script one available to others than yourself? Actually, in this setup, you don't. Because now, how do you transfer? How do you keep in sync? How do you get backups of those stuff? It gets really messy. So some consider that you have to use the central manager is that. But look at that. If you execute your script against the CM, right, which execute then against the collector, fine. But your script is still going to be on your laptop. So the issue of sharing the script, right, is still there. Okay, you have not. Then the solution is actually to have a JumpServer right? A jump server containing all the scripts and the logs, and here I'm going to explain a little bit later, just after that, why for a script you've got basically 3 parts, right? And each laptop logs in to the jump server, executes the scripts in a common way, unified way, on unique places, right? And whatever happened to your laptop, it breaks, doesn't matter, you get a lone one, okay? And the scripts, the logs, and everything is not touched. Other can access, but also your company can access what you've done, okay? So it's now you've got something which is enterprise class stuff, even though it's simple, because you're gonna see it's simple, okay? So this jump server, I have a preference for Linux, okay, but if you want to take Windows, it's the same thing, right? But and this jump server doesn't have to be large. It's the script and even the logs are not that big, right? You go with let's say it's gonna depend upon the number of collectors and appliances you got, but for 50 I think I had something like 200 meg, yeah, right, 200 meg, that's it. It's really nothing, right? And if you've got your jump server on a virtual machine, right, it's easy to get more additional room, right? So it's you can start very small, and you ask for room as it goes, but anyway, you don't need that much. So on this jump server, I created this kind of structure and directory structure, right? So you've got the root. So I had one folder or directory per collector, right? One per collector, and in each I had also a archive subdirectory, and I had a common directory called script in which I had the scripts, right? So this is really a way to unify and make much more unique and consistent the client side for GRD APIs and CLI, which is very important in Guardium. So I remember when I was professional services, the development team will tell us when we add features, we prefer to add them as GRD API than as a GUI feature. And you can look at the command line, right? The CLI and the GRD API's command. There is plenty, right? So if you need really script in which you have those commands already, the most important and most frequently used in scripts one way or another, and that way you can execute them easily. You don't have to look, you don't have to wonder where it is, and the syntax already, everything is already done, right? So this structure, on top of that, your system becomes securely shared, okay, and backed up by the company. All the amenities you've got from a enterprise class system, you have them. And so now what you do, you give an access to these account, owning. So it's a shared account owning this directory structure, right? And you access it through sudo. Then you connect as yourself to this Linux machine. Then you do sudo to this shared account. Then you've got traceability as well. Who did what, right? Okay. Then I'm gonna give you here an example of script and how I structure them. So in the common script folder, this one, I create a file called with the extension .cmd like command, right, containing one or several GRB API or CLI commands. For example, containing this one. So, and I call this command, this file containing this CLI command, I call it show.cmd, for example. Okay. So now in each folder for collector, right, I create a simple script, right, with I take the same root name show, but this time the extension is sh, and I do a change mode of 755, making it executable. Okay, and I call these and inside this shell script, I connect to the collector. Then here you need to change the name of the collector, right, and make but it's the only change you have to make. And then you input with this little character, you input the show.cmd located in the script folder, and you output the output of the command into a log file with the same name. Then you you do a cat of this log. So that way, when you execute this stuff, right, it's going to execute all the commands and then display them for you. So you don't have to do anything. You just execute the script, and you execute the script that way. It is very simple. You don't even have a need for entering what's the name? Entering a parameter. It's hard coded. Everything is hard coded. You just do that, and you do that on all your collectors, right? And for all your collectors, then you end up with a structure of files like this one. So for example, if you call your script show or something else, you have those three types of file you get. Then the .cmd in which you put the commands, the sh in which you call the command, right, that way, and the log which is produced by the script, right. Okay, then depending on whether you have installed the authentication with public key or not, you will be prompted for the password or not. So this is so the only thing you may have to enter is a password in case you are not using the public key stuff. Okay. So also, each time you run it, right, you erase the previous one, the previous log. Right. So I did that manually, changing renaming the show log of the previous run into something else. Actually, you can even improve this script here by putting first a rename, a move, and using, for example, the current date to add the date in the name of the show log, but it should be the date of the time the log was created. And if it was 2 weeks ago, you don't want to rename the log file with the date of today. You want to rename with the date of 2 weeks ago. Right. Well, this is the details. It's nothing really crazy. So. So here now globally the IDs, and you've got the script folder in which you've got all the .cmd with whatever you want, right? Here in each folder, each folder for each collector, you've got the sh, and you have to create each time, but once, okay. And it generates each time a log, right? To be frank, this was very, very helpful. Okay, so I ended up with not that many scripts, right? Because the command file will contain had a I had two types of command set. So one command set, one command file with displaying stuff about the state of the collector, and another one displaying the configuration of the collector. Right, so it's pretty nice. Then I also had scripts to move, for example, agents, or to change some configurations. Right, so those ones you have to be a little bit more careful and know what you are doing. In general, you do this kind of stuff rather from the CM. Right, you can have another folder just for the CM, right? Some stuff you're gonna execute against the CM. But basically, this is what you can have. It's shareable. You share that it's common to the entire team. Someone goes in vacation, you can. It is not gonna, or she's not going to live with crucial information, because in all the information, crucial ones, important one, will be here. So you can also, for example, add some documentation in here. For example, I had the habit of putting a procedure.txt file in which I would put additional information or explanation, and that way I can retrieve more easily what I've done. Right, so this is kind of you can enhance all the stuff. Anyway, so it's gonna make your life way easier, right? And I can tell you that if I was not if I spent only 10 to 20% of my time managing Guardium, a good chunk of these achievement was due to this JumpServer and the way I set it up, because it was very quick, right? I had my stuff already done, already prepared, just executing them, get the result, make some decision, and act. So it's really, this is automation you need, right? And anyway, this is what I did, and it worked very, very, very well for me. Okay, so thank you for watching, and have a good day. If you want additional information or comment, whatever, you can contact us on those. On LinkedIn, it's just look for Context22, right? And if you want a copy of the deck of this presentation, just email us at info@context22.com, and we'll send you this presentation. Okay, have a good day. Bye.